Good morning. Welcome to Brock's 103rd Convocation ceremonies. The ceremony will begin shortly. Just a quick reminder to please turn off your cell phones during the event. At this time, I ask that you please stand for the procession of the graduands. Please be seated. I ask that you now direct your attention to the screens on either side of the stage. We'll now show a brief video which provides a snapshot of Brock University's experience. Please remain seated. The faculty procession will begin shortly. Please rise at the sounding of the fanfare for the academic and chancellor's procession as they enter the gymnasium.
I declare the 103rd Convocation for the conferring of degrees and certificates in session. Chancellor Chichu, President Fearon, platform guests, graduating students, parents, and friends. Welcome to Brock University's Spring Convocation, a time of celebration for our students, families, and friends. On behalf of the Brock community, I would like to begin by acknowledging and honoring the many Indigenous peoples and ancestors on whose traditional lands we gather today. It is my pleasure this morning to introduce from the Chancellor's Procession, Dr. Shirley Chichu, Chancellor of Brock University, Dr. Gervin Fearon, Vice Chancellor and President of Brock University, Dr. Carol Jacobs, Elder in Residence and member of the Cayuga Bear Clan, Gary Comerford, Chair, Brock University Board of Trustees, Dr. Tim Kenyon, Vice President, Research, Christine Carpenter-Cleland, Mace Bearer and Brock University Senate, Dr. Greg Finn, who I'd like to take a moment to especially recognize, as this is Greg's final convocation ceremony in his role as Vice Provost and Associate Vice President Academic, a role he has served the university in for the last 11 years, and we were discussing this morning, we figure he has attended over 110 convocation ceremonies in this role. Dr. David Whitehead, Chair, Brock University Senate, Dr. James Mandigo, Vice Provost, Enrollment Management and International, Dr. Thomas Dunk, Interim Provost and Vice President Academic, Edward Bertinsky, this morning's honorary degree recipient, Dr. Cheryl McCormick, Acting Dean, Faculty of Mathematics and Science, Dr. Jeffrey Atkinson, recipient of the Faculty of Mathematics and Science Award for Excellence in Teaching, Dr. Carol Merriam, Dean, Faculty of Humanities, Dr. Allison Glazebrook, recipient of the Faculty of Humanities Award for Excellence in Teaching, Dr. Diane DuPont, Dean, the Faculty of Graduate Studies, Allison Lawn, Brock University Alumni Association, and Brian Hutchings, Vice President, Administration. Joining them on stage are university senators, faculty, staff, and student representatives from across the university. I would ask them to also please stand together and be recognized with their colleagues. Please be seated. I now invite Chancellor Chichu to deliver words of welcome.
First, I would like to say thank you to the drummers for their honor song, for honoring our graduates. I want to acknowledge the traditional territories of the many nations that I am standing on. I am honored to be part of this ceremony. Elder, Cultural Consultant Carol Jacobs, President Freon, Board Chair Cumberford, Senate Chair Whitehead, trustees and senators, senior administrators, distinguished faculty, alumni, proud parents and family members, and most importantly, members of the graduating class of 2018. I welcome you to this graduation ceremony to celebrate all the achievements that have brought you here today, and to all that you will accomplish in the years ahead. It is a very special honor for me to be with you today. Today, I have chosen to read to you lyrics from artists that have some inspiration to share to whomever is listening. Many of us listen to music without listening to what the artists are saying or is sharing. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Johnny Reed. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Going to take it one day at a time. I've made my resolution. I've opened up my eyes. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. I'm going to say hello to my neighbor, greet him with a smile, and talk for a while. Tell someone I love them from the bottom of my heart. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Going to make sure my children know there's a right and wrong. I'll never turn my back on those of us who need someone. I'm going to try to see myself through others' eyes. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. Not for me, but for those I leave behind. I've made my resolution, change it one day at a time. Today, I'm going to try and change the world. I'd love to change the world. Yes, our world needs changing. We are overpopulated, very few jobs, no clean water, racism, pollution, wars, so many things that we need to change. And I know that everyone says to themselves, how do I help? How do I become a world changer? You have to make sure your voice is heard. You need a team that sees your vision and is very passionate as you are. Everyone has something to offer. You have to find those individuals, those individual people. You have to start small, and small includes changing yourself. What is it in you that you can change to help this world a better place? You are now very well educated. There are many out there that are not. Ask yourself, how can I help them? It can be as simple as saying hi to everyone before they walk you by. If you don't change yourself, you will be among the people that continue to believe they can't do anything about it. If you are willing to be open to learning something new every day, you are contributing to change. There will be many challenges and obstacles, but if you respect advice from family, mentors, and elders, you will overcome anything together. Sometimes we forget to thank those people closest to us. Do not forget about those people that sacrificed and did everything for you to be where you are today. I have a son that graduated, and I know how each of your parents feel today. It is the hardest thing to express. And if your parents haven't said how proud or how much they love you, it's because they can't. But believe it, because it shows in every single person's face in this room. This is the most important day in our lives, as they know this is the most important day of their lives, as they know they have done hard work and they did something right. Congratulations goes out to all the parents for a hard work well done, and let's give them a heartfelt applause. I want to say congratulations to all the graduates, and I shake your hand. Wajia, that means shaking hands to somebody and welcoming them to their next journey in my language. Now I have the great pleasure in declaring the graduation and award ceremony open. Miigwech.
It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Gary Comerford, Chair of the Brock University Board of Trustees and former Senior Vice President International of Sun Life of Canada. Today, Gary will present the Spirit of Brock medals. Mr. Comerford has served on Brock's board since 2014. He currently serves on all board committees and serves on the University Senate. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Gary
President Fearon, Chancellor Chichu, honored guests, faculty, staff, and graduates. Isn't this a great day to be at Brock University? The sun's shining, and here we are. I guess I'm the first one to kind of say this today, but today we are going to celebrate the 100,000th graduate of Brock University. Now, I would like to say I was a very young individual when this university was founded, but I was 14 years old, and I was living just at the foot of the hill here on Glen Ridge Avenue. And in 1964, this was a big deal when the university was first thought of. And I can remember watching the tower being built from my parents' house and realizing that this was going to have a significant impact on our community, and that it was an incredible milestone that took place. And for us to be here today to celebrate the 100,000th graduate of this magnificent university is something to be very proud of. On behalf of all of the Board of Trustees, the Board of Trustees that are currently serving today, those Board of Trustees that have served over the last 50 plus years, I really want to congratulate President Fearon, all the faculty. You made it happen. The staff, the administration, all the volunteers, all the students, all the alumni. That is what makes Brock such a great university. The Board of Trustees recognizes commitment, dedication, and sacrifice that it takes to become a graduate of Brock University. We take great pride in your achievements and share with you and your family in the celebration of your success. As a part of this celebration, the Board of Trustees created a unique award in order to pay tribute to the outstanding achievements and contributions of our graduating students. During this convocation ceremony, the Board of Trustees' Spirit of Brock Medal will be awarded to undergraduate and graduate students who best exemplify the spirit of Brock, the spirit of Sir Isaac Brock. A student who demonstrates any one or more of the qualities of leadership, courage, innovation, inspiration, and community involvement has been recommended to receive the award by their respective dean. Today, I have the honor to present the Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock medals to 4 individuals. And if you would bear with me, one of the things that I'm having the great pleasure of doing today is reading a brief bio on these 4 individuals and their extraordinary accomplishment during their undergraduate and graduate stay at Brock. I must admit, I look at my undergraduate and graduate period of time and wonder what I did when I read these. I'd like to start with the Faculty of Humanities, the undergraduate student, Elizabeth Angati. Elizabeth has completed a BA Honors in French Studies with a minor in Italian Studies and is graduating with first-class standing. During her time at Brock, she has been a member of the Brock Leadership Citizen Society. Her contributions to both Brock and the Niagara communities have been many. She singles out her long-standing work as a volunteer at Meadows of Dorchester, a long-term care facility in Niagara Falls. It was in part because of her service to the seniors there that she was the recipient of the Niagara Region Volunteer Recognition Award for 15 years of service. In her own testimony, she acknowledges the personal challenges she faced during the course of her studies. Nonetheless, she persevered and attained top marks in demanding humanities degree program. Elizabeth Angati's courage, industry, and persistence, along with her community awareness and involvement, exemplify everything the Spirit of Brock Award represents. Could I please call upon Elizabeth to please come forward? Congratulations, Elizabeth. Here you go. Now, I want you to stand right here, okay, with me. I don't want you to leave. All right? She's going to stand here forever, she says now. Okay, here you go. Don't break the box. All right? That's Elizabeth. Now I want to talk about the Faculty of Humanities graduate student, Terrence McDonald. Terrence's leadership and innovation contributions are extremely impressive and impactful. His work for the International SSHRC-funded conference, Thinking Through Deleuze in 2015, has had great impact, leading to a publication with internationally renowned post-humanist thinkers. Terrence's vision and leadership has allowed for this project, the conference, and ensuing publication to take shape. Terrence's vision for innovation and leadership was also evident in his role in establishing the Post-Humanism Research Institute, PRI, at Brock University, and the Post-Humanism Research Network, a SSHRC-funded partnership between Brock's Post-Humanism Research Institute and researchers and units across the world. Terrence conceptualized the Research Institute and work in collaboration with faculty members at Brock to establish it. Terrence is also a key contributor to the field of film philosophy, in which he specializes. He serves as secretary for the Special Interest Group on Film Philosophy of the Society of Cinema and Media Studies, the most prominent scholarly association in this field. Terrence has been a driving force in the development of the PhD in Interdisciplinary Humanities program, serving as student representative on the program committee for 3 years and serving on subcommittees drafting policy for comprehensive exams, for example. He has been instrumental in collaborating with the graduate program director to develop recruitment strategies and to develop and maintain an attractive and information website for the program. His work is consistently recognized as creative and innovative. Given his excellent record overall, the university nominated him for the SSHRC Talent Award last year. Terrence's exceptional academic skills, his outstanding vision for creative and generative knowledge mobilization and innovation, as well as his remarkable leadership skills, make him the perfect recipient for the Spirit of Brock Medal. Please come forward, Terrence. Where's Terrence? Congratulations, Terrence. Thank you. This is fantastic. I want you to just stay up here with me, okay? Just stay right over here. Oh, don't forget your box. Can't forget the box. Over the years, I've forgotten to give out the box many a time. All right, we've got 2 more to go. Now you can see, isn't this unbelievable, the accomplishments of these young individuals? The Faculty of Mathematics and Science graduate student, the Faculty of Mathematics and Science undergraduate student, Michael Andrew Talentio. Michael is a remarkable leader with excellent mentorship skills, which have been apparent both in the lab and in the greater Brock community. His impressive leadership qualities are exemplified by his role as president of Brock's Biological Society and as a mentor for vulnerable and troubled youth through the Game On program. He is truly inspirational in his level of volunteering and community activities, all the while maintaining an extraordinarily high grade average in the biomedical program. He is tireless in his pursuit of excellence and has continually impressed his professors and peers with his drive to better himself. 2 years ago, he presented his research at the Canadian National Undergraduate Conference on Healthcare. By the time he returned from the conference, he had already planned on developing Brock's own CUCOH chapter. With his many talents and sincere sense of responsibility to the community, Michael is a truly deserving candidate for this prestigious award. Michael, please come forward. Hi, are we? Oh, there he is. Let's give him another round of applause. Let's give it for him. Congratulations. Stand right over here, and again, don't forget your box. All right, last but certainly not least, the Faculty of Mathematics and Science graduate student, Mikhail Gutaletti. All right. Mikhail applied to the chemistry graduate program at Brock without having a previous BSc, but with significant experience in the pharmaceutical industry in Switzerland. This took some courage as he moved far from home and took extra courses to prove his academic and language skills, which he completed in exemplary fashion. He eventually entered the PhD program, and during his research development, a creative means for the synthesis of fluorescent forms of vitamin E that can be used to locate the vitamin in cells and tissues, and which he also innovatively applied to the use in PET scans and disease diagnosis. As he gained experience and seniority, his outstanding work ethic, attention to detail, and constant curiosity was an inspiration to other members of his research group in the Department of Chemistry. When new students joined the research team, he showed impeccable leadership as a teacher, an inspiring guide and mentor, and by the example of his own dedication and professionalism. He has regularly participated in the community-organized Niagara Science Fair, the Brock Mentorship Program, and in intramural sports. Mikhail, please come forward. Mikhail. Don't forget your box. Yes. All right. Now look, here, the pictures where I was. Now, I want to hear the greatest ovation possible for these four outstanding graduates of Brock University.
Good morning. Hello, Brock, graduates, family members, friends, dignitary all. I'd like to wish a warm Brock welcome to all your proud family members and friends who've come to be part of this very special day. Today, we celebrate our graduates and their hard work and their dedication. Today, we also give recognition to their loved ones and friends who have supported and encouraged them throughout their educational journey. We have all come a long way. Indeed, the university has come a long way. Brock was established in 1964 because of the determination of people across the community who saw the need for a university in the Niagara region to help to better the future of the region, the province, and indeed the country. Today, more than a half a century later, look around you as you get a chance to walk across the university grounds, as you get a chance to walk through the halls. Take that moment to look around, and you'll see a 21st century university where dedicated staff, award-winning faculty members, candor research chairs provide a world-class education in some of the best facilities in Canada. Brock students who are graduating, they graduate with the skills, the knowledge, the innovative thinking needed to support community development, social justice, economic and business competitiveness, prosperity, indeed prosperity throughout the entire region. Our graduates are getting the jobs today while being poised for the careers of the future. What I describe is your university, your Brock University. Our students, each of them, in their own way, represent the diversity, strength, and future of our world and the inspiration of humanity. Let's take a moment to give them an applaud. The Brock experience involved you, as each of you students, experiencing and gaining outstanding teaching, research excellence from the opportunities in experiential and co-op education, the opportunities to engage in community activities that have helped to forge the skills, the knowledge, as well as the values that you will use in your future leadership and success initiatives. I believe you would agree with me that your journey has been enabled by many individuals and many supporters and many contributors. Besides family and friends, these individuals include dedicated faculty and staff, motivated alumni, and as well as donors, forward-thinking Board of Trustees and Senate members, and indeed an engaged community and engaged community partners. As a university, we're in fact a community, and the entire Brock community has provided the foundation for launching your future right here from this very stage, from this very platform today as you graduate. In fact, I'd also like to add, and we're very pleased and very happy to have a number of special guests here amongst us today as part of our Brock University community. We're joined by a number of individuals who are donors, and through their generosity, they support student scholarships and awards that have helped many individuals to complete their academic program and have enabled many other individuals as well to cross this very stage at Convocation today. Dear graduates, I hope that in time, and when you're also able, that you too will follow the examples of donors in helping others cross this very stage in the years to come. Let's pause for a moment to give our donors a round of applause as well. Graduates, today we recognize and celebrate your achievements in completing the degree requirements for graduation. Your education and experiences at Brock have prepared you to be engaged citizens, critical thinkers, innovative members of society. You will contribute to the betterment of individuals, the transformation of communities, the leadership of nations, as well as new possibilities for all of us, in fact, for humanity as a whole. In Canada, we see how success and prosperity can be achieved when we all work together in support of the betterment, the reconciliation, and the future of each other, and in more general terms, the future of humanity. I think as you have a chance to interact with our students, and I know family members and friends clearly understand this, you see that incredible spirit of leadership and that incredible spirit towards a contribution of the betterment of society, our organizations, and our institutions. We call that the Brock spirit as part of the Brock experience. Students, faculty, and staff coming together to make significant contributions to community, to global issues, and to the lives of others. Yet, I believe you would agree with me when I say our work is not all done. We still strive for progress in areas of health and wellness, the environment, the pursuit of peace and prosperity, shared and broader social harmony and understanding, and access to educational opportunities. We are still trying to reconcile developments such as artificial intelligence and the nature of work, as well as the future of humanity. We're still working to ensure that individuals have a sense of belonging and connectedness, not only to the communities that they define, but even broader, indeed, to humanity as a whole. Brock has prepared you, each of you, to participate and to assist in the building of great communities, whether here in the Niagara region or around the globe. The entire Brock University team and community have provided you with a foundation to succeed at your future endeavors. I look forward to your continued engagement with the university as alumni. I look forward to seeing the fantastic things that you will do in the future. On your special day, to each of you, I say congratulations, congratulations. I believe you would share with me as well that the congratulations extends to you, but it also extends to your family, it extends to friends, and indeed extends to all those individuals that's been part of the support that's contributed to your success that we see here today. For you and for Brock University, this is a day of celebration. It's an exciting day for us, and thank you so much as well.
Madam Chancellor, today's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Edward Bertinsky, is one of Canada's most respected photographers, and we're very proud to say a native of Niagara, and was influenced early on by the industrial landscape of Niagara in the career that has followed in showing the impact of humanity on the natural environment in which we live. He earned a BAA in Photo and Media Arts from Ryerson University in 1982. Was it a university then? It was, okay. It was Polytechnic at that time, and then went on to found Toronto Imageworks, which was a composite photographic and media and digital imagery training center and work center, which has had a great influence in the arts community in Toronto. He's had images appear in some of the most prominent publications in the world, including National Geographic and the New York Times. He's had installations of his art at the National Gallery of Canada, the Museum of Modern Art, and the Guggenheim, among many others. And this is a long list of honors, so we'll focus on just a few. He is an Officer of the Order of Canada. He's received the Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts and the Rogers Best Canadian Film Award. And now we're bringing him home to Niagara and to Brock University for an award here. And I'd just like to mention one of the most memorable previous connections that Brock University has had with Mr. Bertinsky. And that was just this past winter in the context of Dramatic Arts 4F56. Anyone here from Dramatic Arts 4F56? It's a small class and they're loud. Their production this winter was Lac Athabasca, a Canadian play influenced by the Lac Mégantic explosion a few years ago. And in preparing for it, they looked at some of Mr. Bertinsky's photographs and asked permission, which he graciously granted, to use some of his images in the preamble, in the pre-production and the pre-performance visuals for the play, and that was greatly appreciated, and I think had a great impact on the students and shows Mr. Bertinsky's commitment to the future of the arts and to the pedagogy of art. And one of the students who was participating in that said that those images really changed her perception of Canada and the world and her place within Canada and the world. And that's among the best things that art can do. Mr. Bertinsky is an exemplary practitioner of art, and so I have the honor to present Edward Bertinsky to receive at your hands the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Oh my. You won't believe that you've inspired me in my filmmaking. Oh, every time I look for pictures to show my cinematographer, what my film wants to look like, I always go to your pictures. Thank you very much for that. Edward Bertinsky I admit you to the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa and grant you all the rights, privileges, and insignia appertaining thereto. Here's you.
Madam Chancellor, I take pleasure on calling on Dr. Bertinsky to deliver the Convocation address.
Thank you, Carol, for your kind words, and what an honor to have this Doctor of Laws bestowed on me, and especially in my hometown, St. Catharines. Yes! I'd like to thank the Brock University Senate Governance Committee for choosing me, President and Vice Chancellor, President Fearon. Thank you. I'm humbled to receive this honorary doctorate. It's really a pleasure to be speaking to the class of 2018. Just as I was coming here, I was going up Ontario Street, and my father worked there. And I remember as a 7-year-old, I got to see what was inside the plant where my father worked, and it was the engine plant at that time. And as a 7-year-old, I remember looking wide-eyed at that molten metal going in to pour the engine block, and I remember hearing the pounding of the forge, but then seeing these men in silver suits flipping red-hot ingots, and that left an indelible memory. The memory it left was that here we were driving by regularly, and that's where my dad worked, but I had no idea what it looked like inside, and it actually sparked my curiosity as to where do the things that we sort of take for granted, our car, our toaster, our fridge, our materials for our home, where do they come from? And I think that was a very, very formative moment in my life. The other one was the Welland Canal. I remember as a kid riding my bike up alongside the big ships. And I think I went on to look at ships as one of my themes, and I ended up in Bangladesh where they break these ships in a very dangerous fashion, and it became one of my signature series. I also, as a kid, would get on my bike and ride up to Port Colborne, and there was a series of quarries there. And I embarked on a series of quarries in my work that took me 17 years to complete and went to 8 different countries to do it, and ended up as a book called Quarries. So this region, I believe, has had a profound shaping of my consciousness to go out and do the things that I've done. But first, I'd like to congratulate all of you who did all the hard work that has led you to this significant day in your lives. This occasion marks not only a celebration of your formal education, but also a launch into the next phase of your lives, perhaps in the working world, perhaps the next stage of your academic career. But you should all be very proud of your accomplishments, and at the same time mindful of that power you have as graduates and the ability you have to create positive change in our world. Let me start with a question, and I'd like a full audience participation here. Raise of hands for anyone who's heard of the word Anthropocene. Clearly, I need to educate more people on that word. So you're going to get a bit of a lesson in the Anthropocene, which is something that I've been working on now for 5 years. Geologically speaking, we are either in or have recently left the Holocene epoch, which began some 12,000 years ago after the last ice age. There is a group of world-renowned scientists and geologists known as the Anthropocene Working Group, whose gathering of evidence over the last decade has led them to propose that we actually left the Holocene epoch in the mid-50s and have since entered a new geological epoch, the Anthropocene, a term which was coined in the year 2000. The argument is that humans have become the single most defining force on the planet, and that the evidence of this is overwhelming. Terraforming the earth through mining, urbanization, industrialization and agriculture, unprecedented rates of deforestation and extinction, CO2, and acidification of oceans due to human-induced climate change. The pervasiveness around the globe of plastics, concrete, and other technofossils, a word they use for anything that nature doesn't create but will go into the deep future. These human incursions, the working group argues, are so massive in scope that they have already entered and will endure in geological time. It is strange, difficult even, to think that right now, today, at your convocation ceremony, we are very likely participating in the Anthropocene epoch. And it's not some apocalyptic fiction taking place in some distant, unapproachable future. The Anthropocene is either the reality of our immediate present or we stand at its threshold. And some geological epochs have ended dramatically, such as the Cretaceous period 65 million years ago, when a massive asteroid struck the planet, resulting in what's known as the KP extinction event, causing nearly all large vertebrae, including the dinosaurs, and many tropical invertebrates, to become extinct globally. About 70% of all life was extinct from that event. Today, the Anthropocene means that we humans have become the primary cause of permanent planetary change. For almost 4 decades, I've traveled our world documenting evidence of the Anthropocene and those experiences of and exposure to human industry. And we're inspired by moments from my youth right here in St. Catharines, as I spoke of earlier, witnessing my immigrant father endure real labor, real hands-on work in the General Motors plant. I worked there myself. I photographed colossal mines, quarries, dams, roadways, burning tires, tire piles, giant trash piles, expansive salt flats, unbelievable instances of agriculture. The list goes on. In all of this eyewitnessing, I sought to tell a story, frame by frame, of a planet reshaped by human ambition. Anthropocene is now the name of my latest project in collaboration with Canadian filmmakers Jennifer Bachewell and Nick Depensier. The Anthropocene project, launching this September, is a major documentary film, 2 complementary museum shows, one at the AGO and one at the National Gallery of Canada, which include new high-resolution murals and augmented reality installations, a hardcover book, and an educational program. So it's been a 4-year project, or actually 5-year project, coming to fruition. But you're probably wondering, how does any of this relate to you and your graduation? I hope that given my own humble beginnings in this town, that ultimately led to me working in 28 countries across 4 decades, chronicling the Anthropocene, and being faced with some incredible challenges and adversity, I can offer some of what I've learned and give a bit of direction to the class of 2018 as you and we all enter this new era. My first thought is your education doesn't stop today at your graduation. It is, in fact, about to start. As Thomas Friedland wrote in Thank You for Being Late, a book of which I highly recommend you all read, we go to school for 12 or more years during our childhoods and early adulthoods, and then we're done. But when the pace of change gets this fast, the only way to retain a lifelong working capacity is to engage in lifelong learning. I have been a lifelong learner, and it's largely, I think, why my company, Toronto Imageworks, still survives after 33 years in business. Imageworks is a small business in the chemical, optical enlarging of photographic prints, which I started as a darkroom rental back in 1985. Now this business has been significantly disrupted, and no longer do we do analog. Do you guys remember a company called Kodak? It's changed a lot. But I believe my company is still alive today partly because I knew that change was inevitable and that I would have to constantly learn new disciplines and incorporate these into my business. In business, as in life, we must always be looking at a new way of doing things, always learning. At Toronto Imageworks, that meant adapting from analog to digital, which meant leaving behind most of the things that I had learned at school and learning a whole new field. So my advice to you is to be aware, to be well-read, be on top of your game, and most of all, be in a perpetual state of curiosity, always learning new skills. I also like this great Wayne Gretzky quote, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been." So I'm still learning today with 3D technology, specifically augmented and virtual reality. I'm no longer a photographer and filmmaker working in 2 dimensions only. I now think of myself as a lens-based artist, expanding and evolving into this 3rd dimension. I like to think of this as photography 3.0, with 1.0 being analog, that chemical process that I began with, 2.0 being taking photographs onto a chip, no longer needing chemistry. And 3.0 is adding the Z-axis to now doing 3-dimensional photography. Today I continue to look for where the puck will be, and I see it in this new world of 3D imaging, VR and AR, with all its possibilities. I see it as a new way of expressing my art and a new direction for photography, and it's a long way from where I first started analog processing in the early 80s. In fact, it's a long way from my first darkroom when I was 11 years old in 1966. To give you a sense of what these latest innovations in imaging mean for me, in 2016, the Anthropocene team traveled to Kenya to document the burning of over 105 tons of elephant tusks and just over 1 ton of rhinoceros horns worth well over $1 million that had just been confiscated throughout the country. This was a powerful demonstration of zero tolerance towards poaching and an unequivocal message that all ivory trade, legal and illegal, must be stopped, period, or elephants and rhinos will become extinct within 25 years. Many of us do not realize that there are only 25 large tusker elephants left on the planet, because when the poachers come, they look for the elephant with the largest tusks, and it's usually the large bull elephant. When you think of that, 25, and to give you a sense of the scale of that burn, we were privileged enough to attend in 2016. The ivory that was burned represents the lives of around 5,000 to 6,000 elephants, which if lined up tusk to tail would form an unbelievable line 32 kilometers long. I knew we needed to capture this event in 3 dimensions. It was a moment in history that would disappear and quite literally go up in smoke forever. We now have that record in a form that allows the viewer to experience this in 3D using augmented reality. And this capture experience will exist forever for your kids to see one day, and hopefully when they do, elephants will still exist on our planet. This AR experience, where you get to see this tusk pile at its scale, and you can walk around it with a viewing aid, your phone or an iPad, will be on display this year at the AGO and National Gallery. And even just a few weeks ago at Photo London, I unveiled my first AR installation, the engine pile I captured from an infamous scrapyard in Ghana, similar to the ivory pile in Kenya. This AR installation takes an ephemeral experience and makes it permanent, bringing the reality of industrial waste into immediate juxtaposition with the viewer's physical space, expanding experience and understanding into the 3rd dimension. And I might add, the trigger that triggers the AR experience was a photograph of the engines coming off the engine plant here in St. Catharines when I heard it was closing down. I went and got access, and I used that as my triggering image of this event. It's been thrilling moving into these new spaces and exercising the vision I've had for so long, but it's also been risky and filled with infinite unpredictable challenges along the way. So the message I have for you is to practice how to be light on your feet, practice agility and experience and adaptability. Be open to engage with new technologies, move fluidly from one paradigm to another, adapting to new circumstances and new operating conditions, and always be hungry to learn those new skills. Adding tools to your toolkit, but as you adapt, believe in yourself and stick to those beliefs. Believing in yourself is something I can tell you from experience is crucial. In 1983, I spent 4 solitary months driving around North America in my trusty and sort of rusty Volvo. Just me, my car, and my camera. I had a substantial grant from the Canada Council and was photographing mines, rail cuts, quarries, and if you can believe it, I also was photographing taxidermy workshops. I foraged for protein by fishing in local lakes and rivers, and I remember one day phoning my mom halfway through that trip and said to her what I was doing, and she goes, "But Eddie, who is going to buy these pictures that you're taking on this trip?" And I have to tell you, at that time, I had no idea who would, and there was no market for large color photography. But I had a conviction, a belief that if I dedicated my life to building a compendium of images that illuminated the largest human systems on the planet, an audience would eventually emerge. Lucky for me, this happened a very, very long 15 years later, but in the meantime, I subsidized my life by running Toronto Imageworks, which also became the printing backbone of my artwork. I knew at the time that my art alone could not support me, so I started a business. But I did so with an unwavering belief that in my art and in my pictures. So my 93-year-old mom, who's here today, she's just over there, and I don't want to say I told you so, but I want to say, see, Mom, people did in fact want to buy my pictures, and look at me now. Here I am getting an honorary doctorate at Brock University. So, to my mom, who is 93 and will be 94 shortly, but amazing to have a mom like that. So believe in yourself, but manage your risk. One thing is for sure, you will have failures, but you can't let them debilitate you. In my work, no is always the first thing I hear. No, you can't have access to our mine to shoot it. No, you can't photograph inside my factory. No, you definitely cannot fly your helicopter over those oil sands. But I persevere, and sometimes, not always, but enough times, the no becomes yes. So don't accept no. Instead, take no as your starting point. No is where your work really begins. So as I wrap up, I want to leave you with one last thought. In fact, it is actually a request. For the greater part of my career, I have preferred to remain non-didactic, letting my art and its subject speak for itself. It's been important to me that people experience the art, taking a moment to become intimate with the image and the reality it captures. The intrigue in this approach has always been in seeing the response of the viewer, the flickers of awe, recognition, often sadness that I see when people stand in front of these images and take them in. Emotions that occur upon realizing that these landscapes have been dramatically changed, not just by human hands, but by human hands spurred by the needs and desires that form the foundation of our lives and our lifestyles. I've spent a great deal of time in these landscapes, watching them continue to change, watching us continue to change them. Our collective impact is inevitable. As population booms, so does our need for resources. We are now spending the land and seas like currency, and the Earth's systems are under threat. Recent global events have made me feel deeply and passionately that we have to do something, each of us. I would like to take this opportunity to call to you, the class of 2018, to action. I'm asking for you to do something, anything for our planet. Plant a tree, plant 100 trees. Stop using plastic garbage bags, plastic straws, and stop drinking out of plastic bottles. Eat less meat. Whatever it is, do something and just keep doing something. Whether it's big or small, I encourage you to start making a change. Our planet is fragile. Now is the time to take responsibility for our actions and our future. When you see something that isn't right and can make a positive change, do something about it. I drove by the old McKinnon's plant in my electric car, no longer adding exhaust. Remember, there is no alternative. There is no planet B. Let's try to make best this next Anthropocene epoch, a triumph of stewardship rather than a catastrophe, not just for our species, but also for all other species. On that note, I would like to finish by saying thank you. Thank you for inviting me here to speak to you today, and a special thank you to Brock University for bringing me back to my hometown, to the place where my journey started, and for awarding me this honorary degree. And to the class of 2018, my deepest congratulations. I wish you all fulfilling and meaningful lives that contribute towards a more positive Anthropocene for both for our species and for the planet. So now get out there and do something. Thank you all.
I take pleasure in inviting Professor Alison Glazebrook from the Department of Classics to receive the Brock University Faculty of Humanities Award for Excellence in Teaching.
I take pleasure in inviting Jeffrey Atkinson from the Department of Chemistry to receive the Brock University Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching.
At this time, will the candidates for the various degrees and certificates please rise? With the degrees and certificates about to be conferred upon you, there comes a certain expectation that you will continue sincerely in the pursuit of learning and truth, and that as far as in you lies, you will promote the interests and welfare of your university. Do you acknowledge this? Madam Chancellor, as the candidates have acknowledged the responsibilities that accompany their degrees and certificates, and as they have successfully completed the courses of study prescribed by Senate, I would ask you to admit them to their various degrees and certificates.
I admit you to your degrees and certificates. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present this candidate to receive a Doctor of Philosophy.
Terrence Herbert McDonald, recipient of Brock Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal, recipient of the Jack M. Miller Excellence in Research Award.
I now ask the university's newest PhD to join his faculty colleagues on stage. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Master of Arts.
Julia McCall, Patrick Morris. Luigi Sementilli.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Arts with honors.
At this point, we would like to recognize a very special moment for Brock University. More than 50 years ago, on May 26, 1967, Brock held its first ever convocation ceremony outdoors in front of the Brock Tower that you all saw as you arrived today. On a sunny spring day, John Auld, who went on to become a professor at the University of Guelph, received his Bachelor of Arts and thus became the very first person to receive a degree at Brock University. Today, we are all here to share another important piece of history. Brock University is about to welcome its 100,000th graduate. Please join us in the celebration as we welcome Rebecca Marie Alcock, who crosses our stage as Brock's 100,000th graduate.
Your Brock experience is
John Auld could not be here today to help mark this occasion, but he sent some fond wishes for today's graduates, and I quote, "There were 39 of us, and I was the first to the podium. We were both excited and relieved, and we all wondered what this Brock thing would mean for our future. Although I subsequently attended several universities and taught at one for 30 years, none compared to the gift and good fortune I received from Brock. I wish the same for all of you. Sincerely, John Auld." Every graduate plays a role in helping Brock to become a great university. Every one of you has your own story to tell of perseverance, late night studying, early morning classes, and a rich Brock experience that will last a lifetime. And now we are equally thrilled to continue celebrating the university's second set of 100,000 graduates, all of whom are just as important to us here at Brock. Elizabeth Ann Victoria Agati, with first-class standing, recipient of Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal. Denise Julie Apostolatos, with first-class standing. Alexandra Joy Aubry, with first-class standing. Kevin James Joseph Badgerow. Alexander Baginski, Annette Beauchamp. Christopher James Renee Belanger, with first-class standing. Philip Belchevsky. Roger William Bilodeau, Marilyn Carol Blanchette. Olivia Giselle Blondin, with first-class standing. Adjoa Surwa Bonzu. Gemma Tess Bordonero, Carol Buckingham. Laura Nicole Burton with first class standing. Andrea Lauren Caruso with first class standing, recipient of the Dean's Medal for Humanities Honors, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, French. Jessica Suzanne Chiarcos, Matteo Gasparicino. Helena Garvel Chachura with first class standing. Solitaire Jordan Elizabeth Klein. Eli Cohen with first class standing. Lucas Corrado Coya with first class standing. Kelsey Diane Coleman. Amy Catherine Coles with first class standing. Julia Detchnick, Thomas David Denton. Mark James Dickinson with first class standing. Rachel Leanne Dove. Aaron Augustine Drake, Mariah Dubois. Stacy Lynn Duncan with first class standing, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, English Language and Literature. Linda Duong with first class standing. Kyle Yuri Egamino, Mahmoud Elua with first class standing. Liam Graham Robert Owen Ferguson with first class standing. Anderson Lawrence Farneyhow. Drake Daniel Finley, Derek William Frisk with first class standing. Daniel Carl Garrett, Jason Richard Gillard. Kylie Marie Haveron, Zach Hawkins. Andrew Ross Hobden, Jocelyn Leanne Halwerda. Carly Ann Horton, Maggie Catherine Hunter with first class standing. Defna Insiagla with first class standing. Loris Elvis Isabatini. Matthew Joseph Jagus with first class standing. Mackenzie Douglas Kerr. Jennifer Lee Kraus, Erica Noel Lamontagna with first class standing. Christine Elizabeth Leyerbauer with first class standing. Alicia Marie Lemire. Jessica Anna Linzel with first class standing. Lydia Catherine Levecci with first class standing. Leanne Jing Mayer, Adrian Michael Merchisano. Sarah Catherine Marks with first class standing. Gabrielle Marie Marshall with first class standing. Michael David Martinego, Brittany Marie Mason. Samantha Megan Mastrella, Nicole Susan Matthews. Matthew Meager, Avery Miklick O'Rourke with first class standing. Nicole Marie Lynn Mitchell, Michelle Sabrina Mohammed with first class standing. Mariana Monzon with first class standing. Victoria Louise Morinello with first class standing. Aiden Keekley Nicholson, Nancy Nye. Jansen Anthony Otten, Tarandeep Kaur Panu with first class standing. Sam Palou, Cassandra Lucille Penna. Alexander Penn with first class standing. Alexandra Madalena Perna. Jordan Nicholas Perella, Andrew Ian Power with first class standing. Jacob Primo with first class standing. Victoria Catherine Reed with first class standing, recipient of Marilyn I. Walker Textile Art Award. Naomi Richardson with first class standing. Oksana Romano with first class standing. Haley Cassandra Ross, Daniela Ruiz Morales. Duck Hen Rue, Jonathan Silvagna. Jennifer Ann Simpson with first class standing, recipient of Don Johnston Award. Raquel Elena Smith. Gina Tarita Nistor, Hannah Jacina Tabaco with first class standing, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Dramatic Arts. Isabella Grace Tornabono, Kaylin Valdez Scott with first class standing. Scott David Van Reyes, Kelly Brennan Waldbillig with first class standing, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Interactive Arts and Sciences. Megan Walford, Jillian Nicole Wardell with first class standing. Carol Amanda Webster, Kayla Nicole Whipple with first class standing. Chelsea Lane Wilson with first class standing. Eldon Luke Youngblood with first class standing. Teddy Ziba with first class standing.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Arts with major.
Daniela Greco, Natasha Safarian. Maya Maria Sim, Razel Grace Sugarman.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Arts 3-year.
Rachel Louise Egenbar with distinction, recipient of Dean's Medal for Humanities, Pass. Erin Patricia Bale. Nicole Rosalind Bacha. Laura Key Karen Breary. Alexandra Kupak, Jamie Lynn Foster. Madeline Lauren Glover, Gordon Edward Head. Holly Lauren Hughes, Nagam Melody Khaled. Alicia Marie Marshall, Christian Daniel Montanari. Lauren Jessica Mucharon, Christine No. Yoje Opara, Pai Tai Ma Uong. Matthew Philip Potter with distinction, Sheriff Rateb. Braden Edward Paul Raymond, Arvinkol Narag Ribarter. Alexandra Marley Rico, Joshua Michael Ridings. Tanya Vivek Shah, Razmeen Mehboob Sheikh. Terry Nicholas Sielkowski with distinction, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Philosophy. Ellen Gwendolyn Taylor. Chantel Paula Weisner, Carly Jessica Wild. Eli Jonathan Wilms, Claire Louise Wilson with distinction. Ying Zhao.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Music with honors.
Michelle Renee Nicole Braun, Jesse Alexander Luciani with first class standing. Luis Gerardo Molina Gonzalez with first class standing. Lauren Abby Ray with first class standing. William Alexander Scott Sadler with first class standing, recipient of Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Music. Emily Martha Stockwell with first class standing, recipient of A. Whitmore Griffin Award in Music.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Doctor of Philosophy.
Alicia Nicole Alaimo. Mikkel Gelfi, recipient of Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award. Sia Hetzi Kwa, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award.
I now ask the university's newest PhDs to join their faculty colleagues on stage. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Master of Science.
Walid Abormaga, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award, Ilya Bakarov. Lyndon Bailey Duff, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award, Navpreet Kaur Gill. Michael John Gerses, Yaroslava Girilishina, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award. Gina Grossi, Daniel Douglas Hughes. Aditya Joshi, Elise Nicole Kinnear. Na Lee, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award. Miriam Molakarimi Dasjirdi. Nefise Motavelibashi, Colleen Rose Murphy, recipient of Distinguished Graduate Student Award. Mohammed Rezk, Hoda Tallow. Yep. That's okay.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present this candidate to receive a Bachelor of Computing and Business honors.
Abdul El-Badawi.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Science honors.
John Benedict Abando, Ibrahim Aden. Fahad Ahmed, Sonia Aksamet. Maysara Al-Jamali, Aaron Michael Alderson. Daniel Alhaj, Sari Ali. Ivy Marie Allen, Stephen John Angeloni. Amir Arano, Lorene Bahur with first class standing, recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Biotechnology. Jacob Brian Ballinger, Amber Michelle Bellafield. Christian Ivan Betancourt Manjarez with first class standing. Jacqueline Anita Binch with first class standing. Robert Gunter Bolkin with first class standing. Nicholas James Bradley with first class standing. Samantha Louise Bray with first class standing and recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award Earth Sciences and recipient of the Earth Sciences Award 4th year, and Christella May Kaffa. Yu Ting Kao, Brendan Matthew Carlson. Jonathan James Chesman, Emily Catherine Chemnitz with first class standing. Shuhan Chen, Ethan Clark. Mitchell Clark with first class standing. Joshua Clark. Rachel Lee Clemens with first class standing and recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award Mathematics and recipient of the John and Rosalind Reed Book Prizes. Tyler James Cowan. Tyler Crane with first class standing. Zachary Willis Cronkite with first class standing. Giselle Cruz, Megan Alexandra De Silva Antins with first class standing. Sarah Dale, Gabriel Delmonico with first class standing. Christopher Roy de Rossiers, with first class standing, and Camelia De Stefano with first class standing. Gregory Heath de Villiers with first class standing, Jeremy Patrick Dion with first class standing. Sarah Dolan, Katie Christina Zora Dugas, Michael Harley Allen Dubé with first class standing, Akif Mohammed Al Tahir with first class standing. Preston Alexander Engstrom, Omar Espino. Courtney Lynn Farno with first class standing, Sean Williamson Farkinson with first class standing. Rachel Catherine Fennick with first class standing, Anthony Edward Fursky. Krista Emma Lee Fox, Gregory Martin James Foran with first class standing. Ethan Alexander Foy with first class standing, Harmon Gill. Alexander Guret, Maxwell Latimer Hales with first class standing. Ryan Hallam with first class standing, Ashley Hamilton Morley. Carolyn Gale Hare with first class standing, Bridget Hartley with first class standing. Renee Michelle Helmer, Sarah Elizabeth Henderson with first class standing. Heather Maria Hendricks, Autumn Brooke Hayday with first class standing. Douglas James Michael Hicks, Dylan Cameron Hine. Alexander Matthew Homewood, Ashlyn Elizabeth Hornack. Yuchen Jin, Joy Matthew Caramel. Keene with first class standing, Matthew Perry Kirkhoff with first class standing. Jesse Mitchell Clausen, Amelia Marguerite Elizabeth Craker. Lucas Sebastian Shevzinski, Jocelyn Marie Huber. Jan Willen Lambrink, Lydia Jo Lavis with first class standing. Alexander William Raymond Lawrence with first class standing, recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award for Computer Science, and Jacob Kevin Lee with first class standing. Reese Taylor Lemoyne and Brandon Stephen Lestracco. Catherine Marie McCabe with first class standing. Kenneth Reed McSween with first class standing and the recipient of the John and Rosalind Reed Book Prizes. Duncan William Monroe Main and Alicia Christine Martin with first class standing. Jordan Antonio Mervyn Maslin, Kelly Alexandra McCord with first class standing and distinguished recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award for Biochemistry. Jennifer Lynn Francis McPherson with first class standing. Alexandra Rose Medlin with first class standing. Rachel Michelle Morris with first class standing. Jasmine Kaur Nagra. Gina Ananyakara with first class standing, recipient of the Biological Sciences Faculty Year Book Prize, recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award for Biological Sciences, Asad Pasha. Michelle Ashley Place, David Allen Powell. Braden Tyler Prentice, Roman Daniel Prosick with first class standing. Imran Qureshi, Solomon Qureshi. Michaela Rose Reed. Jacob Michael Riddle with first class standing. Peyton Elise Robes, Abubakar Saad. Ushna Saeed with first class standing, Sherry Adele Shaker Saeed. Marichelle Emily Schmoll with first class standing, Johananan Salavanbangan with first class standing, recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Neuroscience. Danny Salithio Seymour, Mohammed Harris Sheikh with first class standing. Falak Shoaib with first class standing. Athika Sivanasu. June Song with first class standing, Sydney Ann Stevina. Carl Steininger Jr. with first class standing, Khalil Stelmner with first class standing. Robert James Frederick Stevens, Melina Kristen Thorgson with first class standing. David Kenneth Thomas with first class standing, Tricia Ann Thomas. Allison C. Lorto, Michael Andrew Tolentino with first class standing, recipient of the Brock Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal, and recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award, Biomedical Sciences. Larita Tookley, Kevin Tram. Sarah Rachel Trask with first class standing. Amelia Antoinette Trombetta with first class standing. Kenneth David Troop, Bill Fong Chuang with first class standing and recipient of the Dean's Medal for Mathematics and Science Honors and recipient of the Distinguished Graduating Student Award for Physics. Alexis Victoria Varsava, Rachel Lynn Vals. Sydney Alicia Watts, Jordan William Wilbanks with first class standing. Dalton James Wilson, Alana Michelle Wong with first class standing. Jia Chao Wu, Yuhang Wang. Zhao Zhang, Danielle Sebastian Zizian.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Science with major.
Ariba Akhtar, Anas Almagarbri. Chantel Elizabeth Barlow, Kuzum Bosnet. Alexa Louise Callahan, Nicholas Alexander Conran. Christina Linnell Dalcourt, Brittany Nora DiTomaso. Kamzi Nzenwa, Paulina Fedko. Stephen James Gear, Emily Hickey. Ryan Alexander Rostovsky, Anastasia Jagdeo. Sukhpreet Kaur Jand, Christabel Kofi. Melissa Ladd, Troy Michael Lawrence. Tennille Leonard Lee, Laura Matusiak. Amuna Hassan Mayani, Justin Patrick Walter McCarthy. Anmol Nanda, Dennis Nguyen. Zachary Elijah Regier, Patricia Pooja Rigi. Eric Serafino, Fiza Yunus.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Science 3-year.
Elizabeth Amoff, Ariel Caitlin Angeles. Nancy Danielle Dean, Eric Edward Fairless. Jessica Lynn Hogar, Connor Grant Kucherik. Robin Hannah McAlpine, Michael Marini. Rachel Matthews, Jade Mary Osaji. Hafsa Saeed, Manas Saxena. Lucio Santos, Ankit Sagal. Alicia Marie Sheehan, Cassandra Maria Tabak. Kaylee Audrey Thompson, Brandon Wilkin.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present this candidate to receive a certificate in grape and wine technology.
Emily Jobin Poirier.
Madam Chancellor, whereas certain candidates who have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by Senate are absent from this convocation for just cause, I request that you confer upon them their degrees and certificates in absentia.
I admit them to their several degrees and certificates in absentia.
Madam Chancellor, the Governor-General of Canada has presented a gold medal to be awarded to the student with the highest standing in a graduate degree. I take pleasure in presenting the Governor-General's gold medal to Michelle Predzborski.
The Senate of Brock University has recommended awarding of a Dean's Medal to the graduate in each faculty with the highest standing in a first honors degree and the highest average in a first pass degree. I take pleasure in inviting Grant McKinnon, Shabana Jumani, and Bill Fong Trong to accept these awards.
The Senate of Brock University has recommended the awarding of a Dean's Medal to the graduate in each faculty with the highest standing in a first honors degree and the highest standing in a first pass degree. I take pleasure in inviting Rachel Louise Agambar and Andrea Lauren Caruso to accept these awards.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the Platform Party, and especially to our graduates and their families and friends. Congratulations, you made it. As a member of the Brock University Alumni Association and an alumna from Child Studies Psych 1995, Honors Linguistics 2001, and Master of Education in 2010, I am very pleased to congratulate all of you who received your degree this morning. A message was shared by, and I quote Michelle Obama in 2016 to students graduating from a class, which I felt was very appropriate for today. Our greatness comes when we appreciate each other's strengths, when we learn from each other, when we lean on each other. You can lean on, you may have people here at Brock whom you can lean on still, and you may be doing that right now. Even though you are graduating today, you are going into this world as a Brock alumni. But what does this mean? What does it mean to be an alumni? It means also you can lean on us. And as of today, you join a network of 100,000, with Rebecca, other graduates who are willing to connect with you, work with you, mentor you, and advocate for you in your personal growth and professional development. As a student, you created your own network, and now you can carry that network on and build upon it. Here is a reminder of your time at Brock and a showcase of what is to come in this next video.
Your Brock experience is filled with many special moments, from moving away from home to late-night cram sessions to making friends for life. Your time on campus was short, but you are a Badger for life. Whether you live near or far, the Brock University Alumni Association is your connection to Brock at 100,000 graduates. This is a serious social network. As Brock alumni, you have access to benefits and services such as TD insurance for your car, Manulife for your dentist bills, and a Brock-branded credit card through MBNA. Brock alumni also get invited to plenty of events and activities, class reunions, professional development opportunities, and you have access to on-campus organizations through your alumni card, and of course, connections to Brock that last a lifetime. Your Brock email is set to expire after graduation. Stay in touch with us by sharing your milestones on social media. Let us know about your new job offer. Join us on LinkedIn to grow your professional network and meet other alumni in your field. Regardless of where you came from or where you're going, you will always have a home at Brock University. Update your contact information to make the most of your experience as a Brock grad.
It's a great video. Always like it. On ways to connect with us here at Brock, this video and what is still available to you as Brock alumni. The value of your degree is a reflection of the success all of our alumni have in their careers and their personal lives. Our alumni are making positive marks in the world, and that impact raises the value of your degree. As you start this new chapter in your lives, see yourselves as ambassadors of your university. Share your Brock experience with others, and be sure to share your successes with us. Please keep in touch, share your email, and follow us on social media. Attend an alumni event, or drop by the alumni office if you're on campus. The Alumni Association is honored to welcome you today and every day. I invite all of you to join us after the ceremony outside in the alumni tent, where you can get your first taste of being a Brock alumni. Congratulations and welcome to the Brock University Alumni Association.
It surely has been an exciting day. Let's get another round of applause. Today you have participated in celebrating the graduation of our students, and as just mentioned, our alumni. Each of our graduates have studied hard and completed the degree requirements here at Brock University. These achievements have been supported by dedicated staff and faculty, contributions of our alumni and donors, support of governance emanating from our Board of Trustees and Senate members, as well as an engaged community and institutional partners. You have attended today's ceremony, but you've done a lot more. You've done so much more. You have supported, assisted, and guided many of our students graduating today, and their success is your success. You've succeeded in contributing to their academic and professional accomplishments. And indeed, our graduates are your graduates. A round of applause to you. We do much together, and together we have helped to achieve the dreams of those who established the university in 1964. Together, we've also supported post-secondary education right here in the Niagara region. Although today's graduation ceremony is about our students, it also illustrates what we can achieve together as members of the broader Brock University community. Our students, our graduates, today, you have become alumni members of this community, and I look forward to your contributions and your involvement in the vitality of the university in the future. Once again, my sincere recognition and congratulations to each of you graduating today. I believe we appreciate and we know that events and ceremonies such as this are the work of so many individuals, and I'd like us to take a moment to recognize those who have volunteered and those who have worked in making today's event such a special activity and occasion for us all. So to all those who've volunteered and worked today, to them. We will now be concluding by singing O Canada. When our national anthem is finished, with all family and friends, please remain seated until the graduates and the platform party have left the hall. We would also like to invite you to join us for a reception in the tent located outside. At this time, please rise. Please join in singing "O Canada."
True patron love in all of us command. With glowing hearts receive us, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
It's absolutely been an exciting ceremony and convocation. Congratulations to you all. Thank you for being a part of our celebration of our 100,000th graduate here at Brock University. At this time, it's with pride, it's with pleasure, it's with privilege that I say I declare this convocation dismissed.
Thank you.